feedback in my inbox about this. It's a smoke detector, and we had it for Cyber Monday. It's a smoke detector that looks different to regular smoke detectors. It has an advanced photoelectric sensor that is more accurate, less false alarms, and it has a 10-year battery life. For all of us who have been a little bit guilty in taking the batteries out and not replacing them because that smoke detector used to scream at you during the middle of the night and you got fed up of it, this is a smoke detector that really protects you without the hassle. So anyway, long story short, last Monday we did a deal where one of these normally costs around $40 to $45. We're gonna do two of them, two smoke detectors, and include a carbon monoxide detector, because carbon monoxide poisoning is rampant, and it's known as the silent killer. It's not good, and it's important you have one. They're normally around $50 to $55. We have the final 1,000 until March. These are not back until March next year. So we wanted to give everybody one last opportunity to get it. Let's reveal the price, the value, and we'll obviously count down with everybody. This is a fabulous opportunity to help protect ourselves and our loved ones in our homes. Most of us don't realize that smoke detectors can quickly become out of date and not very good at what they're supposed to do. This is one that can go on the ceiling or on the wall. It comes with 3M adhesive. It's a circular disc. You can place one side there and then stick it to the wall instantly. Again, a 10-year battery is built in. We have 9 minutes or sell out. I don't think it'll even last the 9 minutes. Let's dive in for one of the biggest values. Instead of spending $40 on one, get 3 of them for $59.99. Mr. Joe Harrison joins us live. Joe, I might have to jump in to cut you off because we're already starting to see it move down. There's only 1,000 left, Joe. Am I correct in saying it's not back until March? Is that right?
It's not back until March, Adam. I talked to the Samurai guys. It is very, very difficult to get this latest technology. You can find this old stuff, Adam, because this has been made since the 60s. Oh. A lot of technology in here, 60-year-old technology, is what's protecting our homes. With the technology in here, it's been developed really in the last decade, about the last 6 or 7 years. There's that advanced photoelectric cell. It knows the difference between steam from your shower and smoke coming off the oven to give you that warning, get out of the house. So this guy, well, you hear all these false alarms. It seems to go off every day for some reason or another. And the problem with this is that this is only technology designed to last 10 years. The U.S. Fire Administration says we need to replace these every 10 years. And the reason why, there's a sensor that's on there. There's a sensor on here too. What happens is it starts to collect the dust, the dander, the debris that's floating in the air. You know how bad an air filter can get after a couple months. Imagine what this looks like after 10 years. So right now, it's the year 2021. Is every smoke detector in your house, was it purchased after the year 2011? If it's not, you need to buy one of these. The other thing is, can you say, I have a smoke detector in every bedroom of my home? That's the new code. If you don't, you need to buy one of these. If you're going up and down the ladder twice a year, to change the batteries on this, because the batteries only last 6 months. Time to get this, because it's 10 years worth of peace of mind. It's smaller, but it's more advanced. And as long as you put it eye level and above, you're going to protect yourself, you're going to protect your family, and this is how simple it is. When you get this at home, batteries already installed. There's a little plastic tab. Pull that plastic tab. That starts day one. You don't have to change it. You don't have to touch it. You don't have to worry about it again for the next 10 years. But like Adam mentioned, we're giving you 2 smoke detectors to start filling up your home. But we're also going to give you that carbon monoxide detector. Now, smoke is the #1 reason why people are calling 911 for a fire-related incident. Carbon monoxide is quickly becoming the #2 reason. Because, Adam, with carbon monoxide, you can't see it, you can't taste it, you can't smell it. A lot of times people are breathing it in. Adam, they don't even know that they're getting carbon monoxide poisoning because they feel sick and they think, oh, I just had a bad meal. This is going to give you that early warning to get you out of the house. And really, Adam, it keeps everybody, you, your family, everybody safe when you have Samurai at your side.
It's like we were saying last week, our producer Rick and his lovely wife Nancy, they were selling their home and they had the inspector come over. The buyers sent the inspector over to inspect it. And the inspector found that there was a gas leak. And they said to Rick and Nancy, you got a gas leak. And they didn't know about it, but it all made sense because they realized that they'd not been feeling 100%. Look, even if you don't buy this from us tonight, just promise me me, you look at bringing a carbon monoxide detector into your home because it's important. It's known as the silent killer for a reason. It's invaluable to realize that it's a necessity. This deal is phenomenal. It's not that you can't buy photoelectric smoke detectors. You can, but they're expensive. And when Samurai came along, they said, well, we want to do photoelectric technology, but at a fraction of the price that other people are charging, and that's exactly what this is. And unlike so many of the things that we buy, you know, the box arrives and you pick it up, oh, and you hear a million parts inside, you think, how am I going to install that or build this? I want you to know that when this delivers to your door, you don't need to wait for anybody. You open the box, 3M adhesive disc sticks onto there, sticks onto the wall or the ceiling. You don't even need to get on a ladder and put it on the ceiling. You can literally just stick it on the wall. So whoever's watching, everybody can be protected quickly and easily. If you've been in your home several years and you know that those smoke detectors might not be up to code, if you know that that smoke detector right now does not have a battery in it because it was driving you nuts with all the chirping and beeping and false alarms, maybe like our producer's grandma, she used to get out the shower, and Allison was telling me that every time she got out the shower, the smoke detector would go off. Less false alarms, more accuracy, and a 10-year battery. We will be completely sold out in 4 minutes. These are not back till March. This is the time of year where there are more house fires than at any other time or season. Make this the nudge in the right direction to get them, especially while they're discounted. One of these is normally, from my recollection, around $40. You get 2 of them, and then the $50, $60 carbon monoxide detector. Joe, it's an invaluable purchase, a necessity, not a luxury.
You're 100% correct. And when you just start thinking about what's my house protected with, something from 1960 or something really that was designed in the last less 10 years that truly is cutting edge technology. And if this is what you have in your house, you're replacing the batteries in this 2 times. Every year, 6 months, you got to replace the batteries. And if you have 3 of them, this is what 10 years worth of batteries would look like. Now, for me, this costs $92 just to buy the batteries to put into 1960s technology. It's just you're wasting your money, you're wasting your effort, because when you end up getting Samurai, you don't have 1960s technology, you have the latest technology with that photoelectric cell. We can't get these back in until March because it's that technology on the inside that is so limited. And for me, my really aha moment came when it was 2006. I'm down at HSN. My wife calls me. She's like, I smell something funny. I'm calling 911. The fire department comes. There was a burning wire inside of our wall. Luckily, nothing happened, just started smoking a little bit. But my wife smelled it. My smoke detector did not, because in 2006, my house was built in 1988. I was using 18-year-old smoke detectors. They get filled up, they get dirty, they don't work, they lose their efficiency. And if my wife wasn't home, something horrible could have happened. But when you have a Samurai at your side, this is something that's protecting you, your family, your pets. It's really protecting everything you have, but it's a simple addition. If you already have these in your house and they're still less than 10 years old, keep them, because with this, I can put on a flat wall, I can put it on the ceiling. As long as it's eye level and above, it's going to capture that air. It's going to detect it hundreds of times a second. And Adam, it knows the difference between that steam and it knows the difference between the smoke. And when something bad happens, it's an 85 decibel alarm. There's actually 2 alarms. This is the quick one. That's carbon monoxide. Now this is the smoke. That's 85 decibel sweeping sound. Did you notice how slow that is? It's because when you hear the slower sound, that's fire. That means you got a few minutes, get your stuff, get out of the house. When you hear this quick chirp, that means get out right now. You don't have time to grab anything because you don't know where that carbon monoxide is coming from. So Adam, even Samurai changed the alarm type. So now you know when you hear that, is it fire, is it smoke? Even the alarm is telling you that specifically to make sure you're safely out of the home.
And even if you want to break it down to this, cost analysis, Joe, how much would 10 years worth of batteries cost? Because a regular smoke detector with the batteries that I have to keep replacing, how much would I normally spend?
These little square guys, Adam, $92 for 10 years worth of batteries. This is just the batteries. And again, you're putting it into what? 1960s technology. This is big and bulky because it was designed in the 60s. When you're using the one from Samurai, they made it small so you can put it in more rooms. Put it in the laundry room, put the carbon monoxide detector in the garage, put it in every hallway. That's the code for 2021. If you want to stay safe, you can get these. If you still have these, they're less than 10 years old, Adam, we got to get rid of these pretty soon. And this is the new technology. And unfortunately, Adam, once these are gone, this team from Samurai said, they're not back until March. Time to keep your house safe today.
You buy it and it feels like you're less vulnerable. And I think there's always that feeling upon all of us. It's the human condition where it's never going to happen to us. But the reality is there is too many fires. There are too many fatalities. And not only in terms of fires, but carbon monoxide poisoning. As I said, even if you don't buy this tonight, promise me you'll consider bringing a carbon monoxide detector into your home. It's known as the silent killer for a reason. You don't necessarily know it's happening until, God forbid, it's too late. We are including the carbon monoxide detector and the 2 smoke detectors as well. Again, it doesn't have to go on the ceiling. It can go on the wall, and no excuses, because all you need to do is stick it if you so desire. Joe, final 30 seconds. This is new technology. It's better technology. It's more accurate technology. I think the reality is when you go to the store with $59, most of us are not walking away with these. We are walking away with the older technology, and that's the problem.
You're exactly right. The old technology gives you all those false alarms. A lot of times it's yellowing. You know, it doesn't have that new technology. This is really going to keep you safe. It's peace of mind, Adam, for the next 10 years.
Thank you for all of your orders. Stay right there. We are counting you in. Just before we let Joe go,